Today, I'm critiquing the four-season Walt Disney property and giving it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to buy, design, or build a property like this, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the how to buy a mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
You know, everything's special in Gold Nook, right?
Oh, come on.
This is obviously what it's all about back here.
Disney cruises are the only way to go.
Feels like the Four Seasons,
It
right?
really does. Today I'm taking you on an exclusive tour of a recently completed 11,000 square foot home here at the private residences inside of Golden Oak. It was built by Jones Clayton, so we're gonna walk through with the project manager, see all the cool little details, and show you one of my favorite properties in all of Golden Oak.
What the hell is this? Is this when your wife forbids you from going to golf? You just sneak into the side yard on a golf course property?
All right, let's get into the interview. So John, we're here, newest house completed at the Four Seasons section. What makes this section special?
So, you know, everything's special in Gold Nook, right? But these houses just, you know, there's always been something since the Four Seasons section opened up.
Yeah.
You know, it's even more sought after than maybe some of the other Golden Oak properties. And, you know, we've taken our custom, you know, high-end build and we've turned them into some of these great Four Seasons projects.
What are we seeing today?
So this house, it's about 11,400 square feet. And, you know, there's some kind of fun, interesting rooms here and there and that, and the views are great out the back.
Wait a minute. What the hell is this? I've never been architecturally so confused. There's like 3 roof lines stepping down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next door neighbor looks like a mansion apartment building. Oh my God.
So this is obviously the front foyer here. Walking in, we pick up some of these great views out to the back.
Gosh, this lot is incredible.
Yeah, until you built this. It was really good.
The lot layout is kind of tucked back, you know, pretty much secluded from the neighbors, so you feel very private back here.
Wait a minute. Why does the railing come all the way here? Like, if you go up the stairs here, you have to go around. And then I don't know how they freaking fit a grand piano in there. You can barely get in there. Like, if you really want to punish your kids to play the piano, time out. Go play the piano.
How do you maximize some of the space on some of these lots?
You know, it's tricky. Yeah, these lots they're not small by any means, but when we're designing these, our architects designing these, you know, we do run into situations where we can't fit something that was on the list. And it's crazy, right? Because these houses are really, you know, they're big, right? So we really, I mean, most of my building corners are touching setback lines. I mean, we really try to maximize every square inch that we can on these lots.
That's not tricky at all. That's easy. Maxing out the lot is not hard. Placing the property properly on the lot and getting everything you want is tricky. Or what else is tricky is this narrow island which has an indentation that comes out, which defeats the whole purpose of it being narrow. Oh my God.
So as we come through here, we have the dining area. We've got the kitchen, we've got the family room.
You know what, these clients are so special. What we really strive to do at Design 215 is make each house individual for those clients. So we remove our ego.
She's a designer. And I've got one of these. See? I got one of these. Because if you're an interior designer and you don't have one of these, if you're a girl, or if you're a guy and don't sound gay, you're not an interior designer. This is ridiculous.
So these particular clients, we wanted something very light and breathable, but this rich Americana feel. So you'll see a lot of, you know, the story.
No landing area upstairs. You just come into the hallway. Great. I'm looking forward to that.
Clients chose the range first, and then I believe we landed on the island, and then we didn't stop there. They went with the hood as well.
Got it, okay.
So, yeah, you're right. Everything, they wanted everything to kind of tie in and have that same kind of French look.
You can tie in your horse there on the kitchen counter.
Yeah, so we have obviously the main kitchen that is kind of the show kitchen. Yeah. If they're entertaining or have somebody come cater the event that they're having, they have the Four Seasons kitchen where food can be prepared and kind of held and then brought out to the main area for serving.
Amazing.
So kind of coming through here, we have our coffee area, kind of mudroom area.
You have your coffee area in the mudroom. Are the owners caffeine addicts? They can't wait to get to the kitchen. Let's talk about the interior space. So when you walk in, you do have a wow factor, okay? And then the stairs are to your right, and then you have this little nook, the piano room, right? And then you have a very narrow hallway with the narrowest island I've ever seen that barely fits in a dining table. And then you have family room next to the kitchen. Not so bad. Interior design-wise, it's super wacky. The kitchen is all marbled out, but then like the coffee table was so overwhelming for that space. It was way too big. It really crammed the space, made the space look smaller. And considering the fact that they've maxed out the freaking lot, which I do not recommend, okay, they still didn't have enough breathing room for the scale of the house, right? From the exterior, you look at it, it looks like a really big home, but the family room, the dining room, the formal living space, pretty cramped. Like there's not enough breathing room. The good side was that it was pretty efficient, like to get to one side to the other, pretty smooth.
Little Mickeys.
And again, that's just these little details that are subtle, but they're there. So we're kind of heading back here to the
narrowest hallway. Dude, you had all the lot. Like you maxed out and you still screwed up over here. Why is this so narrow? You have a stairway on this side and there's like a 1-person hallway on this grand house.
custom paneling walls, glass stair rails. Another unique room that we wanted to take full advantage of the space and the views out to the property, and I think we did a good job.
Yeah, compared to the stairway you designed with that narrow island, this is pretty good. I'm glad that they have this kind of adult entertainment area. I talk about this in my channel. To have a section of the house is that it's for the adults. You can kind of close it off when the kids are sleeping. The parents can stay out late, have fun, and not wake up the kids. Really cool. And you got double exposure looking into the lake and the golf course. Pretty good. Good ceiling heights, good finishes. Well done.
Oh my gosh, this view is insane.
So these are the views that the homeowner loved when they looked at the lot, right?
So this is hole number 18 at Four Seasons.
Right. This is right on the 18th. Obviously you got a shot of the green, you got a shot of the tee box there. So
I never hit the green. I'm
yeah.
always off in the distance or in the water.
It was interesting. One of the things we were concerned about, or the homeowners were concerned about, is the air and tee shots, right?
Sure.
Oh my God. Look at that roof line. Looks like a Tetris piece. It just looks so ugly. And they got no backyard. Did you see that? You walk out, there's a swimming pool. There's literally not a speck of grass as a backyard of this massive mansion.
But no, the view is just amazing, and this is obviously what it's all about back here.
Yeah, so tell us about the pool situation. What did they choose out here?
Yeah, so we decided to go with an infinity edge pool. So when you're in the pool, you kind of get that look like you're looking out to the pond back here. The pool, we came back and did a pretty good size 4-foot water globe feature here.
Yeah, like you didn't have. You had so much lawn. You had to put a water feature over here. Horrible backyard. You might as well just live in a townhouse or an apartment building. Why are you choosing to live in a single family home?
These all roll down, yeah?
These are all roll down screens, correct? So this, in Florida climate, obviously, there's plenty of times of the year where we can sit outside and enjoy it, and they can be out here. They can roll down all the screens, not worry about the insects, and just enjoy these views.
Yeah. So what's going on up here?
So up here we actually have a fold-down TV. So we're sitting here, you're having dinner, you're at the bar, you hit a button, that panel comes down, and you can watch your favorite sports game or catch a movie out here.
Yeah. So obviously you guys are not the production builder. You guys make the dreams of the clients that are looking to just come to reality.
So basically anything that the homeowners come up with, we'll create.
So basically, he will help you facilitate your own bankruptcy one day. He's not going to say no. You know why? Because he will make money from any weird, crazy thing you come up with. And that goes with all of them. Architect, builder, interior designer. They don't care about your resale value. They have no concern for it. Because every weird thing, the more weird things you add to the property, the more money they make. And it's so funny because I had someone reach out for my inner circle and they're like, I have this really famous architect, very famous interior designer. Do I really need you? My first answer to that question is, you think you're the only one? You think only other people don't have architects or interior designers? In fact, they have great ones. In my inner circle, we have incredible architects, interior designers, very famous ones, helping my clients build it. But what they don't have is expertise in resale value. as to anything you tell them. You're their client. They will tell, yes, I can do it. And guess what? They will make more and more money with the weirder and more changes you make to your plan. There's no incentive for them to come in and say, hey, this is not helping the resale value. They cannot care less how much you end up selling this property for. And that is what I do. Okay. So if you already working with an interior designer, architect, everyone else is too in my inner circle.
So upstairs here, we've got our elevator, a custom elevator here.
Okay, good. Very central to the property. I just showed a $35 million property yesterday, and the elevator, this is a massive 3-story mansion, humongous square footage, and the elevator was at the one corner of the property. Like, you had to go all the way there, down, and then all the way back to where you want it to be. Which what? You end up just taking the stairs.
Powder bathroom for the second floor here, just with especially light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, furniture piece vanities. This one actually has kind of a leather finish here.
No, it has a toilet seat cover mirror. It's a cohesive look. I'm not against that. Gold, gray, it goes.
Some secondary bedrooms here that again all have really great views. And coming through, another secondary bedroom here. And then the main laundry room here is, again, typically laundry rooms, you just kind of just plain
10-inch crown?
10-inch crown,
Yeah.
And then custom water jet floors. So really we try to make every one of these spaces unique.
So the water jet floors, you were talking to me downstairs, there's like the little Mickeys. How do you do all of this to make it look like? Because this isn't like floor decor.
Yeah, so
right? You're
a
making
lot of
this
that
custom.
goes to the design team and our craftsmen that work for us. So a lot of this stuff is just brainstorm on site. Hey, we want to get this done, or we want to get this accomplished. How do we do it?
Is that how you make sure your washer and dryer is sticking out and it's not flush with the cabinets? Is that the same teamwork experience? Oh my God.
So I know the finishes and the detail in this main space are incredible, but there's usually some sort of like high-end theater or high-end theming space if they didn't put it out here.
Right.
What am I missing?
Wait a minute. Where's the primary bedroom? 2 bedrooms up here. There needs to be another bedroom on this floor. You want to have 3 bedrooms minimum on the upper floor, okay? We only saw 2 and a huge laundry room.
So they wanted a special space for the family to enjoy.
Wait, this is it?
This is the space, yeah.
I mean, the shelves are nice, but what are we missing here?
Well, here it is.
No way.
So in here we have the indoor forest theater bar.
Holy moly.
So you have these vines and trees above our head. We have a backdrop here of the forest. We have a wet bar here, refrigerator, freezer, snacks, whatever you need for the movie.
Wait, the movie. Where's the movie?
Movie, yeah.
Right here?
So yeah, movie, no. So
Oh, okay.
movie, you see this wall here, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you got all these pretty buttons.
Sure.
So I want you to hit that button right there.
Oh, this
So-
is incredible.
This is our Star Wars theater.
This is perfect. I love the paneling and design in here.
This is actually pretty impressive. I think they should branch off to making Star Wars theaters. This is very impressive. For the theme, it works. I don't know about their craftsmanship on their homes, but this is legit.
The blackout screens come up, and basically we have those same views that we are enjoying from downstairs. So they're actually, they're decoration, right? Sure. But they do function too.
Okay, let's be serious. Does this help sell the property? No, not at all. I personally had a listing for $25 million once, and it got a lot of press in the news. You can Google it. I'm not going to talk about the clients. It had the basement completely decked out as a, homage to Star Wars. It was the craziest Star Wars collection you've ever seen, with a movie theater that was even crazier than what you see over here. And I can tell you, it didn't sell the property. People might like Star Wars, but they don't like it enough to spend big money for the primary residence. Your friends will enjoy it, but it certainly would never pay for itself.
The forest kind of keeps going on. Looks like you got a 3rd floor up there.
So we got a 3rd floor bonus area. Again, just kind of a hangout play area for the kids, for the young ones. And then kind of moving through the indoor forest, we have these carbonite doors with the imprints, and then we move on to the cruise ship room.
Got the whole solo family up here. Cruise ship room. So people that are really into Disney and you've gone cruising, you know that Disney cruises are the only way to go.
It's the only way to go.
It's not the only way to go. Four Seasons has its own cruise ship, you know? It's very different than this, I can tell you. Have you guys ran this by the Four Seasons PR? Were they okay with this? What the hell is going on? Now, this is an important matter. You see, whenever these luxury brands go off a tangent and start doing real estate, they make furniture and other stuff too, which they have a lot more control. But with real estate, the exterior architecture, the interior design really says a lot about the brand, right? Like if you sell your brand, your name that easily to a crazy freaking house like this, you really devalue your brand. And I think Four Seasons have done this. You have to maintain a certain level of control. I can tell you, you just trashed the whole neighborhood for me with this design. It's just ridiculous because this would set a really bad comp for the neighborhood whenever it sells, right? And if other people bought this Four Seasons community, a lot there, and they build it, and then some idiot comes and builds something like this and they get a really bad resale price, then guess what? That affected the Four Season community as a whole. And beyond that, the brand. Again, I'm not for this. If you are a brand, a significant, important brand, and you want to get into real estate, I'm not against it. I am for it, actually. I support it. But you have to have full control over the project.
So they kind of gave us just full palette, like they just kind of go at it. This is what we like to do, and this is kind of what we're thinking. And so our team comes up with drawings, ideas.
This is so bad. Look, it's good in the fact that it's like the theme of Disney with the ponds and but it's so cheap. It really is like a, low-end cruise, if there is even a high-end cruise. I guess there is for Four Seasons, but the rest of them are not really considered luxury, and let alone ultra luxury, which I would associate Four Seasons hotels with. And it's just such an epic failure. It's really an epic failure.
All right, so here we got the primary side of the house. So we've got the main office here, exercise room, and another little powder bath that again kind of took advantage of some special details. Full slab countertop.
Who spilled the coffee down there? It's a little all over the place. But let's talk about the bedroom situation first. So you have the primary downstairs, which is quite common in parts of the country. You got 2 bedrooms upstairs and a massive kids room. It's really catered towards vacation rentals, right? Like a vacation home where you come with a bunch of other couples, family that owns it stays downstairs, maybe 2 other families stay upstairs. And then you have office downstairs that is somewhat close to the front door. The palette in the office room was pretty good, actually. The vein from the marble and the fireplace picked up a little color from the floor. It had a cohesive palette. It worked.
I love the herringbone finish here.
Yep,
and
herringbone finish with the wood floors. Kind of different patterns mixing throughout, but keeping with the same type of floor, so it all kind of ties in.
Really cohesive
heading
space.
into the primary suite here. Again, just custom light fixtures, just again brought in some of the wall coverings, custom millwork details on the walls, furniture piece here, and then we have the sitting room.
Yeah, this is a great little addition. I mean, could have very easily just been more porch space, but you guys brought some of that in.
Again, could have been more porch space, but in the design phase, wanted to work in kind of a little reading nook or sitting nook for the clients. And what a better spot to do it in than here, again, capturing the views out to the back.
Did you hear what they just said? Initially, it was planned to be a porch space, but they decided to close it off to give a reading room to the primary bedroom. Now, this is going to make the facade even more ugly from the back because it wasn't planned out. But most importantly to you that are paying the bills, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Every single time you do these change orders, it's going to cost you money. Why? Because your architect's not going to do it for free. Your builder's not going to do it. It's going to cost you a ton of money. And that's why I like to get involved in the design phase really early on before we submit the plans to the city. So I can go back and forth between your architect, make sure you get everything you want, but also take into resale value. So when you try to sell it, there will be a line out the door and not at an auction.
And kind of coming in, we've got the primary bathroom here.
Oh, wow.
So again, just marble everywhere, marble floors, marble slab tops.
Such a great
marble
setup,
shower,
setup.
marble fireplace. So again, just homeowners found this material, they loved it. So again, just utilizing it wherever we can.
They found this material? Like they went to the mountain and found this particular marble? It's very common marble available everywhere, okay? Now, the overall design is actually kind of goes with the ugly exterior. It's all white. This goes, again, the overuse. I would never design a bathroom like this. Way too much marble. They're really trying to compensate for lack of taste and character.
Shower here, just a big spacious shower. We've got the rain head, we've got the handheld, we've got the main shower unit, we've got the floating bench. So again, just a really nice space for the owners. So then if the main shower isn't your thing, then we have an outdoor shower.
Of
where
course.
you can walk out, catch some of the beautiful sunshine here and enjoy an outdoor shower we got some plants in there.
You got me at the outdoor shower. This is nice. I'm really glad they put an outdoor shower. I think, again, it's perhaps one of the easiest things to do in luxury properties, even regular homes, that people don't do. I think the amount of joy you get from an outdoor shower is incredible. Bang for the buck is perhaps the most amount of joy you can take for an extra expense that you will commit to if you're designing your property. Okay, let me give it an Arvin score. Location. I'm going to give it a 5 because if the regulations in this neighborhood allows you to max out the lot in every single shape or form, and there's nada architectural or supervision from Four Seasons to give guidelines so people don't build ugly homes like this, it can't get anything more than a 5 in my book. Lot quality. I think overall it was a narrow lot, okay? I believe it didn't have that much depth to begin with because all that frontage really ate the entire house and the backyard ended up having a really, really small space. So I can't give it anything more than a 6. Lot utilization. You didn't have a private driveway, but you had a good frontage. Your side yards were maxed out. Your backyard was maxed out. I'm going to give it a 3. Privacy. Look, you're super close to your neighbor because you maxed out. And then on the other side, you're on the golf course. Then you have a moat protecting you from, thieves and intruders with alligators in it, maybe. I'm going to give it a 7. Lot orientation. I believe it's west facing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I tried to pull this house. I don't know if I found the right one, but I believe it's west facing. I'm going to give it a 7. Architectural style. I can't give this anything more than a 2. I mean, the fact that it was a house is pretty much where it stopped. It had no architectural integrity whatsoever. From the back facade to the front facade, nada. Views. You got golf course views. Right before it, you have a little pond with trees in the background. It's a bit panoramic. It's a white lot. I'm going to give it a 4. Layout. You had the wow factor when you walk in, and then you had the formal living space, dining room, family room, and the kitchen, super connected with each other. And that's the part of the house that you're going to use the most. So I was really glad to see that connectivity was there, all facing the views. It was impressive, actually. And then your bedroom distribution was average. You had the primary downstairs, 2 bedrooms on one side, and then the kids' room on that side. I'm going to give it a 7. Scale and volume. Your ceiling heights were average, but the house was super narrow, and that was just not ideal. It didn't give that oomph, that prestige for how big the house looked from the outside, and for that reason, I have to give it a 4. Finishes. Look, they tried really hard to use expensive material everywhere they could to justify the price. I don't think the craftsmanship was there whatsoever. And then the craftsmanship on all the weird stuff, like the, Disney cruise ship or the Star Wars movie theater, was actually kind of interesting. The fact that you can build weird crap like that. I think they did a better job doing that stuff than the rest of the house. I'm going to give it a 4. Now, here's the Arvin score. And this is another ridiculous property which I've critiqued. And if you want to join the inner circle, the QR code is right here. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the comments. Take care.